Do you believe in magic? I'm Kristen, my business name is Soul Secrets, and I'm back with another video. Today is going to be a little bit of a story time. After this story, you might actually believe in magic. So, to give you a little bit of a background, I used to be a smoker. I quit about 10 years ago, and ever since then, I've always really struggled to not smoke when I drink. So a lot of the times when I go out drinking, I would have a cigarette every once in a while. Not every single time, but it would happen occasionally, right? So anyway, long story short, hung out with some friends a few months ago, started smoking while drinking more often, and then it kind of became a habit while I was sober because I was going through a lot of stress and I ended up picking up smoking again, unfortunately. So I'm currently trying to quit right now. But I did go to a pub crawl the other night, okay? And what they do is they take you around in a bus. You go with a bunch of people you don't know. You can invite your friends to go with you if you want. But they only have so many seats on the bus, and then they take you. So you meet up at a bar, and then they take you to 3 different mystery bars. So you have no idea what bar you're going to end up at, but you spend an hour at each bar. You can have something to eat, you can get a drink or two, and then they take you home at the end of the night. So it was from like 7:30 until 12:30. So I decided to invite a guy friend that I've known for quite some years, and he tagged along. And the thing is he didn't know I was smoking again. Okay, I hadn't told him that I started smoking again. I don't even think he knew that I smoked before. So I tried to have my last cigarette before I met up with him, and I was hoping throughout the night that I would be okay without a cigarette. I wouldn't have cravings even though I was drinking. I had the power that I thought I could last the whole night without a cigarette. I had this in my mind, like, I'll be okay, whatever, it's all good, I'll just leave my cigarettes at home. So anyway, I had my last smoke, left my smokes at home, and then I was fine when we first got there. I was even fine at the first bar that we attended. And the first bar that we attended was kind of more of a fancier bar, and we spent an hour there. And then we went to the second bar, which was a brewing company. So the first thing I thought of is when we were almost at the brewing company, I was on the bus and I was kind of like, I heard somebody talk about smoking, and I think they were actually wanting to smoke marijuana on the bus, but people advised not to. So it started getting me thinking about smoking. So then when we arrived at this restaurant, I was really craving a cigarette, and I kind of had been paying attention throughout the night to see if anybody smoked, if I needed to maybe bum one off somebody or, pay them for a cigarette. But I didn't really see many people smoking. So I was like, okay, well, maybe, there's not really any smokers on this bus, and that's fine. I can deal with it. So, but by the time I got to the second bar, I just had a really, really strong craving for a cigarette. And I was telling my friend, I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to tell him, because whatever, if I end up smoking somehow, buying a pack tonight, then he's going to know anyway. But I didn't really want to spend the money to buy another pack, because I already had one at home. So as soon as we got in there, I ordered some food. I was talking to him about wanting a cigarette, kind of like, seeing outside if anybody was smoking, but they were all smoking weed. They weren't smoking cigarettes. So I'm starting to think like, oh shit, I'm out of luck here. But I was like really, really having a craving for a cigarette, and I was kind of mad at myself for leaving my pack of smokes at home, because I was, on the verge of, having a really bad craving. And so what happened was, anyways, I kind of tried to start forgetting about it, and I got another drink at the bar, and I ordered some food, and then the food took about, 20 minutes before it got to me. My friend ordered some food as well. So we went to sit down at the side of the bar, and there were some people next to us, sitting next to us, but not super close. They were a little bit a ways away. So I enjoyed my meal, finished my food, almost finished my drink. It was right about time to go to get back onto the bus to go to the next bar. And then all of a sudden, like, I was talking to him, so I was kind of turned towards him for the last few minutes, but I was also eating my meal. So there wasn't much time that, was not like I wasn't able to see my meal or, the area that I was sitting at, right? So literally I was faced towards him for like a few seconds, it felt like, and I turned back and looked at my meal, and no word of a lie, there was a pack of cigarettes, okay, placed right next to my plate as like a gift to me. And at first I was kind of like, am I seeing things right? Am I seeing this correctly? Like, I just couldn't believe that somebody maybe had gifted me a pack of cigarettes, right? But nobody knew except for him that I was a smoker, that I wanted a cigarette. Why all of a sudden would there be a pack of smokes right next to my plate as I'm about to leave the restaurant to get onto the bus? So I looked at them and I'm like, I'm gonna take these with me, because it literally said on the package, smoking seriously harms you and others around you. So I knew that it was a cigarette, and it was packaged up. It had the cellophane wrap on it, everything. It even gives you the amount of nicotine and all that on the side. And I just had the urge to just throw it into my purse, and I'm like, I'm gonna smoke these when we get to the next bar. And I was just like so confused, because I don't know who would have given these to me. Like, I just don't understand. And I started thinking more and more, and I'm like, I think this is a gift from my ancestors. Like, I literally think that my ancestors are repaying me, because I'm always giving them offerings, and this is their way to repay me, to give me something that I really want, that I wanted to enjoy for the evening, because I didn't bring my smokes with me, right? So anyway, so my friend was there. We talked about it, and I was a little bit skeptical, and so was he. He's like, you better make sure, that these are legit and you're not going to get drugged or something. Because, people do drug people at the bars. They roofie people. They do all kinds of stuff, right? So he's like, I would Google the cigarettes to make sure that they're legitimate, because these aren't the kind of packages that you find where I'm at, okay? They just don't exist here. And I did go ahead and Google it just to make sure before I smoked one, right? Because I wanted to live that night. And they are legitimate cigarettes, and they're actually they're British cigarettes. What does it say here? So it says here, British American Tobacco Group, okay? And they're super slim cigarettes. So they're not ordinary standard size cigarettes. They're very skinny cigarettes, but there's 20 in this package. And when I Googled it, the closest place that apparently you can get these smokes is in Alberta, which I am in Canada, but I'm very far from Alberta. So either someone came here and maybe forgot their cigarettes on the table next to me, or somebody gifted them to me, or maybe my ancestors brought them to me. But I don't know. I mean, it does say British America Tobacco Group. So these are originally made in Britain, it sounds like. And for them to be all the way where I'm at seemed very strange, okay? And when I looked them up, it said something about femme fatale, okay? And I was a sexy demon that night. I was dressed up as a sexy demon. So like, it was like they were literally meant to be there for my getup and everything. It was just very odd. So I'm curious on your thoughts about this. If you guys want to comment down below on what you think. Was it my ancestors giving me a gift, or was it someone in the bar?